and their family members, Dr. Prashant Kekre and Mr. Shashank Kekre, the sons of late Dr. Madhukar Shantaram Kekre, this year's honoris causa awardee, whose life and work we are privileged to celebrate today. Mr. Rajendra, Director Finance and Planning, members of the Executive and Academic Councils, heads of our constituent institutions, senior university officials, faculty members, graduates, distinguished guests, members of the press and media. It is a moment of pride and joy to welcome each one of you to this day of celebration and reflection. I am honored to speak about our Chancellor, Sri N. Vinay Hegde, who due to a minor health issue is unable to participate in this convocation ceremony today. As you are aware, he is an accomplished leader who has carried forward the legacy of his father, the late Justice K. Hegde, the former Supreme Court Judge and Speaker of Lok Sabha. Under his visionary leadership, the NIT Education Trust today has evolved into a nationally respected educational organization with over 40 institutions across NIT, Mangalore and Bangalore campuses. Sri N. V. Hegde has contributed immensely to the academic and economic growth of not just Karnataka but the whole of India, serving on the Senate and Academic Council of several universities including Mangalore University, the Government's Vision Group 2020 of Government of Karnataka, and as the chairman of the Lebanon Group of Companies. He has been conferred the D.Litt honoris causa by Mangalore University in recognition of his service. Beyond these distinctions, ladies and gentlemen, he is admired for his simplicity, dynamism and unwavering integrity qualities that continue to inspire all of us. It is my privilege to welcome our chief guest, Professor Dr. K. Srinath Reddy, Honorary Distinguished Professor and Goodwill Ambassador of Public Health Foundation of India and former Head of Cardiology at AIIMS, New Delhi. A recipient of the Padma Bhushan, Dr. Reddy is a global authority in public health and preventive cardiology. We are deeply honored to have you, sir, with us today and to deliver the convocation address. As per the protocol, a detailed introduction will precede your address at a later stage. We are equally privileged to recognize this year's honoris causa awardee, the late Dr. Madhukar Shantaram Kekre, an eminent doctor, medical educator and administrator. His life was devoted to healing, teaching and building institutions of excellence. Though he is no longer with us, his ideals continue to guide generations of doctors. We are grateful to have with us Dr. Prashant Kekre and Mr. Shashank Kekre, who have graciously accepted the honor on behalf of their late father. In the absence of Sri N. Vinay Hegde, our Chancellor, our Honorable Chancellor, Professor M. Shantaram Shetty, our respected Pro-Chancellor, has kindly consented to preside over this convocation ceremony. Dr. Shetty, as you all know, is a renowned orthopedic surgeon known for his exceptional clinical skills and compassionate healing touch that has earned him deep affection from generations of patients. With nearly 5 decades of distinguished service, he has performed thousands of complex surgeries and contributed significantly to advancing orthopedic care in India. As the founding Dean of K. Hegde Medical Academy and the first Vice Chancellor of our university, he played a pivotal role in shaping NIT's medical and health sciences institutions into nationally recognized centers of excellence. His leadership continues to inspire clinicians and students alike. Sir, I extend you a very warm welcome. Karnataka with more than 25,000 students. But more importantly, as the director of the Lebanon Group of Companies, a 1,500 million enterprise employing over 2,000 people, is finance, procurement and global initiatives of the university, guiding the university's growth as a leading center of excellence in higher education. As an able administrator, he brings entrepreneurial energy to the university's progress. Welcome to you, sir. I am pleased to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests, Dr. Chandrasekhar Shetty, Dr. Raman Shetty, Dr. Esteemed invitees, members of the Executive Council, Academic Council, and members of electronic and print media who are present here in a large number. Especially to the 1,354 graduates who received their degrees today, my heartfelt congratulations. You have reached this milestone through perseverance, intellect, and integrity. Today, your families, your teachers, and mentors share this moment of triumph with pride. We salute your achievements and wish you success in the journey ahead. Welcome to you. Our university today comprises of 20 constituent colleges across our campuses in Bangalore, Nitte, and Bangalore. We are offering over 160 programs from undergraduate to doctoral levels in each of the constituent colleges. We currently serve 13,043 students within the university and nearly 25,000 students within the larger Nitte group. A major milestone, ladies and gentlemen, this year was the approval of the Ministry of Education through 5 institutions well established at the Bangalore campus. The year 24-25 was also a year of significant growth and recognition for the university. In the Times Higher Education World University Rankings 2026, Nitte University was placed in the 1,201 to 1,500 band globally among the nearly 30,000 universities of the world. And ranked World University Rankings, Nitte secured the 252nd position, underscoring our commitment to sustainability. Again, in the Times Higher Education Impact Ranking 2025, we were placed in the 201 to 300 band overall and among the top 100 globally in SDG 14, that is life below water. At the national level, Nitte deemed university in infrastructural development and facilities. Last year, we completed a 1,20,000 square feet hospital block with new OPD facilities, ICUs, and a nuclear medicine center housing 4 advanced lecture theatres. The University Center for Science Education and Research also received a 60,000 square feet facility, and this year completed at Derlakatte. The pharmacy school at Paneer campus now boasts of a renovated 30,000 square feet laboratory complex, including a state-of-the-art formulation lab which will be inaugurated shortly. It's truly remarkable. Our faculty and students published more than 30 years. Intellectual property filings also saw an impressive rise, 402 published patents. External funding too saw a record high of rupees 17.52 crores from National Project and Arakanate and Human Health by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. A new center for omics and systems medicine has been established with an advanced liquid initiatives, nearly 1.5 crore. Ladies and gentlemen, Nitte University now partners with over 70 universities across 30 countries. In 24-25, more than 90 students participated in mobility programs. 60 inbound from countries such as the USA.
Medical College and KM Hospital, Mumbai. This was between 1946 and 1951. He went on to complete his postgraduate studies in pharmacology at TN Medical College, Mumbai in the late 1950s. Dr. Kekre began his academic career as a tutor in pharmacology at TN Medical College and rose through the ranks to become professor and head of the Department of Pharmacology in 1966. In 1971, he was appointed as the dean of the same institution, a position he held with distinction until his voluntary retirement in 1980 at the age of 54. In the early 1980s, Dr. Kekre served as advisor to several pharmaceutical companies and later joined the British Physical Laboratories in Bengaluru as medical director of its medical division, serving there from 1983 to 1987. His expertise and insight were also sought by the Medical Council of India where he served as advisor and part-time inspector, contributing significantly to the establishment and upgradation of several medical institutions and to the formulation and staffing norms and curricula for undergraduate and postgraduate medical courses. Dr. Kekre was also a member of the advisory body of the Government of Maharashtra, overseeing regulations for undergraduate and postgraduate medical admissions, a role he continued to serve until 2019. In 2020, he formally retired from active administrative life. As an advisor, he provided valuable inputs to several governmental and non-governmental medical colleges, including KSAGD Medical Academy, during its formative years. Known for his discipline, commitment to health, and passion for reading, Dr. Kekre remained intellectually engaged throughout his life. In recognition of his outstanding contributions to medical education, research, and administration, Nitya Deemed to be University is proud to confer the Doctor of Science honoris causa posthumously on late Dr. Madhukar Shantaram Kekre on this 7th day of November 2025. Citation signed by Honorable Chancellor Shri N.A. Hegde and Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. M.S. Muditaya.
Medicine, Master of Surgery, Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, please rise. Sir, the candidates for the award of Doctor of Philosophy under the Faculty of Medicine, Master of Chirurgy, Fellowship in Interventional Pulmonology, Fellowship in Neuroimmunology, Doctor of Medicine, Master of Surgery,
Philosophy under the Faculty of Dental Sciences, Fellowship in Dental Surgery, Oral Implantology, Master of Dental Surgery and Bachelor of Dental Surgery, please rise. These candidates have been examined and found qualified for their degree. I pray they may be admitted to the respective degrees.
Under the Pharmaceutical Sciences, Master of Pharmacy, Doctor of Pharmacy, PharmD, Doctor of Pharmacy, Post-Baccalaureate and Bachelor of Pharmacy, please rise. Sir, the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy under the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Master of Pharmacy, Doctor of
Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Post-Basic Bachelor of Science in Nursing, please rise. Philosophy under the Faculty of Nursing, Master of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Post-Basic Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Candidates eligible for the award of these degrees are presented in absentia. These candidates have been examined and found qualified for the degree. I pray they may be admitted to the respective.
The candidates of Doctor of Philosophy under the Faculty of Physiotherapy, Master of Physiotherapy and Bachelor of Physiotherapy, please rise. The Bachelor of Physiotherapy are presented and all the remaining candidates eligible for the award of these degrees are presented in absentia. These candidates have been examined and found qualified for the degree. I pray they may be admitted to the respective.
Doctor of Philosophy under the Faculty of Biological Sciences, Master of Science in Biomedical Science, Master of Science in Food Safety and Biotechnology, Master of Science in Microbiology, Master of Science in Biotechnology, Master of Science in Marine Biotechnology, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Science and Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Science, Honours and Honours with Research, please rise. Sir, the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy under the Faculty of Biological Science, Master of Science in Biomedical Science, Master of Science in Food Safety and Biotechnology, Master of Science in Microbiology, Master of Science in Biotechnology, Master of Science in Marine Biotechnology, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Science, and Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Science, Honours and Honours with Research are presented, and all the remaining candidates eligible for the award of these degrees are presented in absentia. These candidates have been examined and found qualified for the degree. I pray they may be admitted to the respective degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
Candidates of Doctor of Philosophy under the Faculty of Allied Health Sciences, Postgraduate Diploma in Magnetic Resonance Imaging, Postgraduate Diploma in Computer Tomography Technology, Master in Public Health, Master in Hospital Administration, Master of Science in Anesthesia and Operation Technology, Master of Science in Medical Laboratory Technology, Master of Science in Respiratory Therapy, Master of Science in Clinical Embryology, Bachelor of Science in Medical Imaging Technology, Bachelor of Science in Anesthesia and Operation Theatre Technology, Bachelor of Science in Medical Laboratory Technology, Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Therapy, Bachelor of Science in Radiation Therapy Technology, and Bachelor of Science in Renal Dialysis Technology. Please rise. Medical Imaging Technology.
Candidates of Master of Arts in Media and Communication, Bachelor of Arts in Journalism and Mass Communication, Bachelor of Arts in Media and Communication, and Bachelor of Arts in Media Communication, Honours and Honours with Research. Please rise. And Bachelor of Arts in Media Communication, Honours and Honours with Research are presented, and all the remaining candidates eligible for the award of these degrees are presented in absentia. These candidates have been examined and found qualified for the degree. I pray they may be admitted to the respective degree. Candidates, please be seated.
Bachelor of Architecture, please rise. These are presented in absentia. These candidates have been examined and found qualified for the degree. I pray they may be admitted to the respective degree. Candidates, please be seated.
Master of Science Audiology and Bachelor in Audiology and Speech Language Pathology, please rise. Speech Language Pathology are presented, and all the remaining candidates eligible for the award of these degrees are presented in absentia. These candidates have been examined and found qualified for the degree. I pray they may be admitted for the respective degree. Candidates, please be seated.
Of Business Administration and Bachelor of Computer Applications, please rise. Candidates have been examined and found qualified for the degree. I pray they may be admitted to the respective degree. Candidates, please be seated.
Hospitality Management, please rise. Candidates eligible for the award of this degree are presented in absentia. These candidates have been examined and found qualified for the degree. I pray they may be admitted to the respective degree. Candidates, please sit.
Now I request dental sciences, pharmaceutical sciences, nursing, physiotherapy, biological sciences, allied health sciences, humanities, architecture, speech and hearing, business administration and computer applications, whose names are set out in the list to the respective degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested on me as the Pro-Chancellor of the NITI deemed to be university, I admit all the candidates presented to the various degrees as set out in the list under the faculties of medicine, faculties of dental sciences, pharmaceutical sciences, nursing, physiotherapy. They have been presented with these degrees. Your speech and conduct should befit the degrees awarded to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my immense pleasure to introduce to you Professor K. Srinath Reddy, a cardiologist and epidemiologist by training, founder past president of Public Health Foundation of India from 2006 to 2022, presently serving as an honorary distinguished professor of the Public Health Foundation Institute, and he's the Chancellor of Public Health Foundation Institute which is deemed to be university. He was earlier head of cardiology at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Professor Reddy was the first Bernard Long visiting professor of global cardiovascular health at Harvard from 2009 to 2013 and is presently an adjunct professor at Harvard, Emory, Sydney and Pennsylvania universities. He serves on the advisory boards of the School of Population and Global Health at McGill University and the Center for Global Health Equity, University of Michigan. He also serves as the honorary chairperson of the Population Foundation of India. In 2024, he was elected on human rights. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. K. Srinath Reddy. Sir, I have the honor, sir, to request you to deliver the convocation address.
Venerable Chancellor, who is not present in person, but inspires us from afar wherever he is. Esteemed Pro-Chancellor, respected Vice-Chancellor, luminaries in the audience, distinguished faculty, meritorious medal winners, accomplished awardees of various degrees, proud parents, ladies and gentlemen, Ellarigu Namaskaram. Thanks for this very gracious invitation to be part of this very sacred ceremony at the Nittay University. I had been familiar with the stellar reputation of this institution even before I came. But listening to the very many glorious accomplishments in the welcome address, I recognize that the reputation has grown even more luminous year by year. I was asked when I accepted this invitation that I must send a full written text of my convocation address. Usually, I do not read out from written texts. But since I decided to be as disciplined as the students of this university, I obeyed and did send in a written text in advance. But forgive me if I occasionally stray from the written text, which I believe in its printed form is all available to you, and occasionally deviate with some additional remarks. I would like to begin by congratulating all students who have completed their arduous scholastic journeys and are being rewarded for their labors today. Across diverse disciplines, you have demonstrated ability to acquire needed knowledge and essential skills. You are now ready to use them to advance in your chosen careers while deploying them for societal benefit. The degrees you hold in your hand today are both a recognition of your skilled scholarship and a roadmap for your mission in life as you strive to become transformational agents in society. I wish you the very best of success as you endeavor to do so. To the dedicated faculty who have mentored, motivated, and molded these young graduates into the proficient professionals they are today, I convey the collective gratitude of this gathering and indeed of all of society for honing these precious human resources to perfection. I also bow respectfully to the parents who have lovingly supported the educational aspirations of their children. Today is a wonderful day when the desires and dreams of two generations are sublimated in the success of these young persons. This university has won renown for educating and skilling students in many diverse disciplines, ranging from medicine and life sciences to architecture and hospitality industry. It lives up to the ideal of the university as a knowledge commons, not as a siloed, subject-specific teaching institution. Indeed, this is where there is a confluence of many streams of learning. The different courses may seem to be distinctive and clearly demarcated in their content and potential applications. Yet we know that most of the areas of human well-being and societal progress require generation of multidisciplinary knowledge for multi-sectoral application. We are dealing with many complex problems in society today, and none of them can be approached through a siloed approach. Whether it is health or environment, urban development or nutrition and food systems, we are dealing with many complex adaptive systems. And not only are these systems complex by themselves, but they also connect and coalesce with each other to create an even more complex environment. We have to learn to skillfully navigate those complex terrains and turbulent waters to steer the ship of societal well-being to safe harbors. That is the aim of education. As the Scottish-American naturalist John Muir said over a century ago, when you pull at anything, you will find that it is connected to everything else in the universe. As we move on from linear relationships of Newtonian physics to the concept of entanglement in quantum physics, we see this interconnectedness even more vividly today. A university must therefore enable its scholars to recognize and respect that interconnectedness on this planet and in this universe. We are living in a world where multiple challenges to human existence and well-being are operating simultaneously and are reinforcing each other. Humanity is now experiencing what's called a meta-crisis. Climate change, conflict, pandemics, persisting poverty in many regions, alongside widening income inequalities among countries and within countries. These are amongst the many threats that we have to collectively overcome. If these young graduates have to survive and thrive in a future they will live in and lead for many decades to come. Solutions to these challenges will demand generation of multidisciplinary knowledge which is effectively translated into multi-sectoral action. Universities must create knowledge platforms that promote team science and enable translation of multidisciplinary research into discovery and deployment of problem-solving, barrier-breaking solutions. They must also promote implementation science or delivery science, which can deliver these solutions to the intended beneficiaries with demonstrable impact and equity across all population groups. At the same time, they must also foster the spirit of curiosity and open-minded search for new ways of thinking. Exploratory research can open the doors for such a research which may not have immediate application but can open the road to future scientific discoveries and innovative technologies. Scientific research cannot be self-gratifying exercise. It must proceed further to identify the barriers to societal progress and find solutions. Indeed, that is true of all streams of education. Elucidatory science must identify the nature and causes of problems which impede human progress. It must also find implementable solutions. So implementation science must then find the best way of delivering the benefits of all those solutions across the society with effectiveness and equity. When I use the term science, I do not restrict to physical or biological sciences only. To my mind, science is a structured, systematic and objective way of identifying and analyzing natural and anthropogenic phenomena. Science and technology are related but distinct. Science generates an idea. Technology develops a tool. Apart from physical sciences and biological sciences, social sciences are very important. Even in sports and fine arts, we find science in evidence, from the psychology of motivation to the physics of execution. Who can deny the physics underlying the elegantly coordinated motion in a cover drive by Sachin Tendulkar or Virat Kohli that sends the cricket ball through a sharply spotted gap in the field? Or the physics in the melodious vibrations of Lata Mangeshkar's vocal cords, or the strings of Amjad Ali Khan's sarod. In each of these cases, there is a harmonious coordination between the brain and different parts of their body. Our society too requires such smooth coordination of its many constituents. Whether it is people or systems, lack of common purpose and coordinated action will lead poor results of any program or even spell disaster. Coordination will come from awareness of interconnectedness and ability to initiate and execute concerted action to achieve a common purpose. In that context, the intermingling of disciplines is essential, and that begins in the university, and NITE is living up to that ideal. Let me provide an example. Climate change is unleashing unbearable heat waves which are assaulting human health. In cities, architecture and urban planning must help humans to survive those conditions. Air conditioners in every building cannot be a solution. Not only are they expensive and energy consuming, but they will only throw out the heat into the street outside, resulting in atmospheric heat islands. In urban environments, heat that comes from sunlight is absorbed by roads and roofs which radiate the heat back into atmosphere during the first half of the day. These form the surface heat islands. The heat absorbed by the concrete buildings with dark walls is released in the afternoon to form the atmospheric heat islands. Both of these are harmful to human health. We also know now that the combined effect of heat and humidity matters much more than the heat alone, and I am told Mangalore is an example. So weather experts now talk of wet bulb temperature. This spells more danger than dry bulb temperature. Also, there is an interesting interaction between pollution and heat effects. Atmospheric air pollution reduces the amount of sunlight reaching the Earth's surface, but also interferes with the radiation back of the heat initially absorbed and later emitted by surfaces and buildings. It is also now well recognized that high nighttime temperatures are more dangerous to human health than high daytime temperatures. This is because human bodies since millennia have been exposed to high daytime temperatures but did not face high nighttime temperatures. Hot nights do not permit the human bodies to rest, repair and restore vital physiological processes. Our response to the rising frequency and intensity of heat waves, therefore, requires urban planning and design. We need to increase the power of our urban infrastructure to increase their albedo, or ability to reflect sunlight. So we need white or light colored roofs and walls for buildings, reflective roads, porous pavements, green or photovoltaic roofs, green surroundings, and well-ventilated buildings separated by open spaces. Even as we discuss the effects of extreme heat on human health, we must find ways to reduce the intensity and duration of the heat exposure, whether in homes, streets, or even in hospitals. So public health and clinical medicine must join hands with urban design and architecture. Please permit me now to focus on my own areas of training and the work that I've been doing, medicine and public health. Medical education now brings together not only the traditional subjects but also components ranging from computational chemistry and bioengineering to digital health, from biostatistics and behavior change communication, Nobel Prizes in economics and chemistry have been awarded to researchers for their work on health. Public health today blends epidemiology with health economics and management sciences. Ethics must be taught as part of both clinical medicine and public health. The compass of knowledge extends from cell to society via patient and population health. When we talk of zoonotic diseases, we talk of One Health approach, which takes into account the interconnectedness of animal health, plant health, human health, and planetary health. Microbial surveillance now tries to predict and track spillovers across species, from wildlife to veterinary populations and human health. Such surveillance also now includes wastewater surveillance, so urban planning becomes important. Technological advances are transforming the way we practice health, even as social and environmental determinants are now very important to be tackled. Now, even if they are changing the nature of major health challenges, we have to understand how social, economic, environmental, and commercial determinants are altering the nature of health challenges across the population and in individuals. In my own lifetime, I've seen rheumatic heart disease was replaced by coronary heart disease because as the major cardiovascular problem. Non-communicable diseases are rising rapidly in all parts of the country and across all social classes. Even as we are trying to erase the manifestations of undernutrition, prevalence of overweight and obesity are rising in all age groups. Population aging, climate change, and environmental pollution are influencing the patterns of morbidity and mortality. Another escalating threat to global health is antimicrobial resistance. AMR is now threatening lives everywhere in the world as doctors are losing one of the most powerful weapons they have had to fight serious infections. This has happened in less than a century after their discovery. AMR is now responsible for over 1 million deaths a year across the world. Alexander Fleming himself, who was credited with the discovery of insulin, warned of antibiotic resistance very soon after penicillin was being used and called it a social problem. And now we know that we cannot only talk about antibiotic misuse in medicine or in veterinary medicine or in agriculture or industrial effluents from pharmaceutical firms. All of these are going to be important elements to tackle. AMR is developing to be one of the major disasters because what affects one person can now affect many more. In fact, then we also look at what's happening in terms of zoonotic diseases. When we are breaking down the natural safety barriers and are allowing spillovers to occur from wildlife to human life and veterinary populations, then we are dealing with a plethora of zoonotic disorders which are going to be rising now. And indeed, Joshua Lederberg, who was the person who first described microbial genetics and got the Nobel Prize, the youngest Nobel Prize winner in medicine, said microbes are going to evolve. And we have seen that during COVID with multiple variants emerging. He said it's our wits versus their genes. In evolution, there is no perfect strategy that will guarantee eternal victory. So we have to find antimicrobial resistance, we have to fight zoonotic diseases with as best as we can, not only with technologies, but with public health strategies and social strategies. The only constant is change, and we'll have to adapt to that change. Now, as far as AMR is concerned, it will kill 40 million people in the next 25 years, more than double the number that died in the First World War. The pipeline for discovery and development of antibiotics has become very narrow. Medical graduates of today will not have the potent weapons that our generation had and unfortunately wasted. Sorry, I apologize on behalf of our generation because your options are limited. We must not limit ourselves to treating illness, but we must also prevent disease with system-wide reforms and community engagement. A recent Lancet publication showed that 40% of cancer deaths and 42% of lost healthy years arise from modifiable risk factors, smoking, alcohol, and obesity, problems rooted in social and commercial drivers. Hence, clinical advances alone are not sufficient. We must tackle public health determinants as well. When late diagnosis or delayed referrals prevent patients from receiving care, it's a system failure. Public health must ensure functional health systems, adequate drug supply, coordinated teamwork, efficient operations, which are essential even for best of clinicians to practice their craft. Healthcare is transitioning from physician-centered to people-centered models, grounded in participatory care that includes informed patients and families as partners in decision-making. Effective care depends on teamwork, not outdated hierarchies that undervalue nurses or technicians. Team dynamics determine the outcomes. Self-care and family-supported care enabled by presently available technologies are promoting models of participatory care rather than prescriptive paternalistic care. We are now seeing AI emerging as a very potent force. While it must be used to our advantage, we must remember AI is often conditioned with the context in which the algorithms have been developed. Some of the algorithms developed in the West may not be relevant to us. We have to gather our own evidence and interpret these algorithms and decisions as relevant to our context. So artificial intelligence must be coupled with human intelligence. Now, indeed, India's health burden has shifted from communicable and nutritional diseases to non-communicable ones. Yet they're intertwined. COVID-19 showed that those with comorbidities fared the worst, and they were non-communicable diseases. Our health system must integrate disease management across their life course, linking primary, secondary, and tertiary care. Primary care must be the foundation. It must be comprehensive, continuous, and connected. Health cannot thrive on fragmented islands of excellence. A sound, integrated health system alone can ensure a healthy society. We must also remain humble. Never take for granted that diseases are conquered. History warns us. Declarations that infectious diseases are over by the Surgeon General of the United States in 1969. He said we can close the page, close the chapter on infectious diseases. And he was taught a lesson in humility just a few years later with the AIDS epidemic and pandemic emerging. So, and now we see the new zoonotic pandemics as well. These arise from our ecological disruptions, human encroachment into wildlife habitats, creating conveyor belts for viral transmissions. Hence, responses must not only be technological but also ecological and social. Future doctors must raise their voices for responsible policies, reducing tobacco use, limiting ultra-processed foods, protecting forests, and mitigating climate change, since they best understand the impact of inaction, which is going to be reflected on their own future. Universal health coverage must be another goal. As Rudolf Virchow, famous for its Virchow triad in pathology, but also the founder of social medicine in Germany, said, physicians are the natural attorneys of the poor. Doctors must advocate for care that heals without impoverishing patients, because iniquity degrades the quality of their own practice as well. Remember, excellence in your profession is incomplete without awareness of the larger society and science beyond the narrow domain. Be T-shaped in your professionals, deep in expertise in your vertical limb, in any of your chosen area of expertise, but broad in perspective like the horizontal limb, being sensitive and accommodative of other disciplines, and be aware of the real world. And very importantly, do not forget the fundamental calling of medicine, even in this world full of technological progress. Basically, it was said a few centuries ago that the duty of a physician is to cure some, relieve some more, but to comfort all. And therefore, care, concern, courtesy, compassion, and communication skills are very important. You have to communicate, even in this area of digital health, you will have to communicate with your parents to give them comfort, because empathy is an essential element of healing. Be lifelong learners. Better is never permanent. Try to be better every day. Carry forward the Nitya University gift of value-enriched education to serve both India and the whole of humanity, and emerge as true leaders in your chosen profession. I am sure you will make your alma mater proud. The Nobel laureate in English literature, Toni Morrison, said, quote, "If we do not create change, the present will extend itself. If we do not create the future, the present will extend itself." So, graduates, go charging and change the world. It eagerly awaits you. Wish you the very best. Finally, just to conclude, in you graduates, I see all the energy of the past and the future. So seize the present. Carpe diem. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Dr.
Along with the Vice Chancellor, to give away the degrees of this 15th annual convocation of NITA University. To begin with, I'll be calling upon the PhD scholars. Dr. N.B.L. Sirisha, Dr. Harshita M. Dr. Shivani U. Dr. Apurva R. Kinjar. Dr. Nishit Kumar S.K. Dr. Ghislaine Vale Pinto. Dr. Sujata K. Dr. Timmy Thomas. Dr. Ashwita Acharya. Dr. Kaini Cecilia. Dr. Nandakumar UP. Dr. Sarita Telma Fernandez. Dr. Manji Vatsalya. Dr. Abhishna Ashok. Dr. Reddy Upasna Jairam. Dr. Prashant Srinivas Nayak. Dr. Dharam Yasa Trivedi. Dr. Sumit Kumar. Dr. Bipin Shaji. Dr. Pramukh Subramanya Hegde. Dr. Bandiwadkar Akshay Vishnu. Deepak CJ, Dr. Varsha A, Dr. Anu Philip, Dr. Gupta Dheeraj Rajesh, Dr. Prithviraj R, Dr. S. Nagaraja, Dr. Vandana Sadanand, I'll be calling upon the names of gold medal awardees. Dr. N. Ramyashri Reddy will be awarded with Professor Dr. P. Satish Kumar Bhandari Endowment Gold Medal instituted by Dr. Siddharth Bhandari for the top scorer for 2022 batch. Dr. Varun S. Kumar will be awarded with Mrs. Saroja Natarajan Endowment Gold Medal instituted by Dr. Ratika D. Shanai for Best Outgoing Student in MD Pediatrics. Dr. Anjana will be awarded with Faculty and Alumni Endowment Gold Medal instituted by Alumni and the Faculty, Department of Anesthesiology and Critical Care Shema for the Best Outgoing Student in MD Anesthesiology. Dr. Zina D'Souza will be awarded with Mrs. Vasanti Shantaram Shetty Endowment Gold Medal instituted by Dr. Sanjana Shetty for the top scorer in MD Radio Diagnosis for 2021 batch. Dr. Akash Shetty will receive Mrs. Vasanti Shantaram Shetty Endowment Gold Medal instituted by Dr. Sanjana Shetty for the